Good morning. It is 7:25 a.m. on Wednesday, October 13th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, today apparently is the 5-year anniversary of the first episode of So Many Levels. So that's exciting. I've certainly I've occasionally made the analogy. So early on, like even just earlier this year, I was reminded of the memory of me posting on Facebook just talking about how I'm kind of sort of looking into this D&D thing. Hmm. And I had the sense even then that I likened it to the drop off in Finding Nemo, where it's kind of like you're kind of looking over the edge and it seems like there's a lot of stuff down there. And then I recently reposted that Facebook memory with the message that I live down here now. And we had a fun session last night. We were going to be a couple players down, so we decided to do an all kobold side story. And literally, we decided to do a sequel of one of the all kobold side stories that we did in campaign 1, and it went pretty well. I liked it. We had a good time. But yeah, just kind of. I don't have anything big planned for the anniversary, but it's nice to note it and observe it. I'm, yeah, still sleepy though. Like it being the anniversary of So Many Levels doesn't mean mumble mumble. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just tired. Funny how that works when you do videos first thing in the morning. I've also been playing some of Metroid Dread, some more of that. I like it. It's got some interesting sections in it that are kind of unlike anything I've really played in a Metroid game before, but are part of what the game is kind of named for. Like its gimmick this time around is that there are these sections where there are these powerful robots that are basically invincible to you until you get a certain power up where you can get enough energy to take them down at a certain point and then eventually take one of them down before you'll have to go get some more of that energy, and it basically gatekeeps that. So anytime before you'll be able to take one down, you'll have to have tried to sneak by it a number of times. And these things will basically, if they catch you, it's just like insta kill. Like you have a very, very small chance to stun them and get away, but it's very difficult, and it makes it very difficult timing. But you sort of try every time, and then it kind of you get it occasionally, and that's kind of exciting too. Actually, just as a mechanic, where mostly what's intended to happen is they instantly kill you, but there is a thing that you can do that sometimes you might get lucky and be able to get away. And so most of the time it doesn't work. But you try every time, and then occasionally it does work, and you're like, oh, and then you try to get away. It's exciting. And so I think that I could see some of those parts being really seen as frustrating to a lot of folks. Like they're occasionally frustrating for me. There's some of them are pretty hard, and in some of them it doesn't. Like I don't want to say that it feels unfair. It's more just a matter of it could feel unfair if your expectation is that you should always be able to successfully sneak by them and never have to see that game over screen. But I think that's not the game's intention. The game's intention is that that's going to happen a bunch of times, and then you have to kind of figure out what to do about it. And so occasionally what it might be is that you actually need another ability in order to sort of get by that certain area while avoiding it. Because in a Metroidvania game, you're frequently put against like, oh well, you can't open this type of door until you get that weapon, or you can't fit through this small space until you get this power up. And sometimes these little sections seem like they're kind of like that, even though it gives you sort of the illusion of maybe you could get through, but you're really supposed to go somewhere else and get another weapon first. Anyway, I'm liking it, and so I will leave it there though, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.